You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
I'll take you out to a Friday morning practice for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it's more than a practice, a little bit of a mock game today. Usually you have a stadium glorified practice scrimmage. Well, not this year because of the construction and how late things are going to try to get the field ready for the 21st in that game. But today, a lot of fun in front of a packed house on Friday morning to go into the weekend and a week away from a Jags first preseason game as well. So we got a little mock game happening. I think they thought about even moving it off site this year and just didn't figure out the logistics of that. Decided to keep it here in at the Miller Electric Center. Not here because I'm not at the Miller Electric Center. I'm actually up in Georgia today, bringing the kiddo to college, putting beds together and dressers, working really too hard, Austen Lane, like 500 step plans, messing up, having to take things apart, doing it. You know, I haven't done this in a while. So, but I'm kind of proud of myself. I got a bed together and a dresser together. With
yeah,
Kaylee's
man.
help,
Look at you doing some blue collar work for once. Proud of you, man.
Yes, for once.
Yeah, proud of you.
Does feel like the first time. It's such a level of accomplishment when you
Yeah.
follow directions and put those things together. And I told them yesterday. I said, just call me Alan from now.
Oh, nice, man.
Alan Wrench is my name. So
See, I didn't even
comes in handy.
I thought you were talking about Al Borland, right, from Home Improvement. Nope,
Home
nothing.
Improvement.
Yeah. Chandler,
no,
Chandler, did you ever watch? You probably never watched Home Improvement. That's a little before your time, Chandler.
a little.
Yeah, I did not.
Are you familiar with Tim Allen or not?
I'm not.
What? No. Okay. No. Never mind then.
Oh boy.
Never
Home
mind.
Improvement. Who is the neighbor? What was the neighbor's name?
Wilson.
Wilson. There you go. That's good. That's good. I did mess up a couple of times on the on the directions. We did. It was a group effort, but overall, Kaylee's big. I was like, Kaylee, you're good at the direction stuff. You love Legos. She's a big Lego builder, and so this has got to be somewhere in that category where your brain operates a similar fashion, right?
Did you guys do IKEA or you said you put it together like IKEA stuff?
Yeah, I don't know where they got it. I mean, it
Okay,
showed up on
yeah.
our front porch, and it's in a
Yeah.
box, and there you go.
See, that's where you just got to go, like a Facebook Marketplace, and just like buy it already set up, and then just kind of tilt it, twist it, and move it in.
I would agree with that. I used to, and I'm halfway decent at that now. I don't know about now because the body would hurt doing that. Luckily, where Kaylee's staying, it's just one flight of stairs up, and the apartment's right there, so it's pretty easy.
Nice.
But I mean, I used to for I don't know, a few years, couple summers, I would dishwashers, dryers, refrigerators. My buddy owns an appliance store, and so we worked there. We cleaned them all out, and then we delivered. And I mean, you're talking like 3-story apartment buildings around like up those stairs with the straps and everything. I mean, listen, I'm no stranger to that blue collar stuff a little bit.
There you go, man.
That was just a little more back in the day.
Sure.
So anyway, I have survived. This is the first time. I think it's the first time. Steph would say it's definitely the first time. I always miss the move, Austin. Like we did move down to Louisiana, right, from college. And even there, I think her brother helped us, and he had already done a lot of the stuff when we moved in. And then I went right to work. And then we moved to Providence, and I don't think I did a whole hell of a lot. We moved to Albany, New York. I don't remember the circumstances why, but I'm not really the guy moving anything. I miss it every time. Down here, I was already here a month before everybody got here. So I was in the heat, never did. I didn't move the kids in because in the first year of college, whether it was Flagler or Daytona State, because football season, and it was just down the road. Yeah. So this is my first move.
Nice,
that I've really participated. So 27 years of marriage, I guess Steph doesn't take she didn't need to go to the divorce lawyer because I didn't help move all these times.
No, hey, better late than never, I guess. Like, it took a couple years and everything, but I'm glad that you probably helping contribute now, and I'm sure they're kind of putting you through the ringer since you haven't taken part in the last, like, it seems like 6 moves or 7 moves.
It did feel like I had to pay for all my. Yes, I get it. Nobody's smiling right now more than Chandler. He still loves the
Oh yeah,
6-7.
man, my son's all about it still.
It'll
Like,
never
it
get
is
old.
what it is, dude. Like
It'll
there was
never
literally
get old.
we interviewed Tony Baselli and Brent said 6'7" or something like that, and like I try to keep it together, but like I gave him like the gym helper like office, where I like just looked at the camera, just like. And then kind of look back down. I'm like, dude, it's never gonna leave, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but it's ingrained, man.
It is.
It's like a sneeze. Like every time I hear it, I gotta at least do something.
The one thought I've had on that recently is, did somebody figure out when they did all this that is the number that gets used the most? You know, like because you're just guesstimating at numbers like, hey, 2 or 3 times, or 3 or 4 times, or 4 or 5, or 6, 7, just the number that you land on often. Or do we just now recognize?
I think we just recognize them more.
Do we?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we just recognize it more too, because it never came from like just counting 6. I mean, it was because of the Ball brother was, you know, supposedly 6'7", which. But by the way, if you go back to my freshman year of high school. In the program, I was 6'7". Like I was kind of born in the wrong time, in the wrong generation, because I feel like the student section, every time that I got announced, you know, a 6'7" freshman Austen Lane coming on the basketball court, it would have been so much fun.
Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, if you are that right now, you're getting a hell of a roar, man. We love Austen Lane.
Yep.
If that is the case. Hey, mock game, does it do much for you? I mean, we've done these scrimmages before under the lights. This one, again, as mentioned earlier in the show, a little bit different, but. You know, the other side of this to me is it gets kind of celebrated as this game and scrimmage, but it's really a glorified practice, very controlled, but it has a little bit of a different feel. And if I remember correctly, last year it did feel a little different. You had some intensity to it. So I wonder what it will feel like out there today. Jason Hemby's going to check in a little bit later. But as a player, does it feel like just another practice, or especially since it's not inside the stadium?
No, I mean, I assume because, you know, when we had our mock stuff, it was always in the stadium. So it's hard for me to speak on, like, what the players are feeling right now. But I would imagine there's a little difference to it, right? Like, I think there's a little more competition now. Like, offense, defense knows what's at hand. They know one team's going to lose, one team's going to win. So I think there's a little more incentive out there. Not like they need any more extra motivation. It seems like they've had great energy the entire training camp. But, yeah, I think it's gonna mean a little more, if you will. Me and Hamby broke this down yesterday a little bit. You know, it sucks to me that they can't get it in the stadium to try to get, you know, maybe more of an evening kind of feel and that crowd in that stadium, just because, you know, really, and we'll see how the joint practices work. We'll see how the preseason games work a little bit, but I'm a very big advocate of, like, mimicking a regular season as much as you can. Right now, I'm not calling for Trevor Lawrence and company to get, you know, a whole half of play if they have to in a preseason game. But I wouldn't mind at least a drive just so they can acclimate, you know, go through the motions in the pregame warm-ups and everything, have those jerseys on. It feels a little different, right? A practice jersey and a game jersey feels a little different, just to make sure everyone's acclimated and ready to roll. So by the time you play Cleveland week 1, you're not going, oh, well, this is kind of new. This feels different. Like, I already want it to be ingrained in their DNA of, hey, this is what we could expect week 1 against Cleveland.
Yeah, my expectation is they will make that happen because of those things. And I know that's a little detailed, but we've heard coaches talk about that. And it's, you know, even as you as a player talk about it. And I think those are important things. Like, you don't want to go into a new place kind of not knowing what the new place feels like. And it might be the gunner, you know, for the special teams unit. It might not be your starting running back or your starting wide receiver, and it's not going to be your starting quarterback, you know. But I still think there's something anxious about not going into a place that you don't know how you even exit the locker room. So I fully understand why they do it, why they go through that. And I think they probably will, you know, going into that game, because they didn't get this opportunity here. We got Team Action Sports Jax is out at the Miller Electric Center. So we'll get a bunch of updates from what's going on. I just saw a 60-yard field goal at 8:54 in the morning from Cam Little. So there we go. You loosened up the leg nice and early.
Nice.
You know, it's wild to me. Just a quick thought on Cam Little. He's so already beloved, I guess, in Jacksonville, and he's so fun. Yet it's still the nature of that position where you're a week or so into camp and you really don't talk about it much, right? I mean, he's kind of on a bit of a pitch count. He's not going to be out there all the time. They'll have days where he kicks a little bit more than others. But I mean, he is one of their, like when we do the shows out at String Sports Brewery, which are going to be starting up again in late August. I mean, we had Cam Little out there last year, and it's like third or fourth biggest crowd we get. I mean, he's that big, but it's just wild to me. Kickers have always been big here in Jacksonville. I mean, obviously, Scobie to Mike Hollis and others, but this guy feels a little bit different in that way, and yet you almost forget about it until you see him in action, maybe in a preseason game. And he was the preseason star last year.
No, without a doubt, when you start setting records and everything, like people are going to take note, and then you have a personality to go with those records. It's the ultimate combination. Doesn't matter what, position you're playing. I mean, I even think, Logan Cook gets a little love because he's threatening to kill people, right? Like anytime you showcase a little personality and you do your job to, I feel like, an elite level, yeah, man. I mean, I think a fan base is going to take note a little bit, and we can go ahead and call Cam Little maybe a little bit of a Joe Burrow light, right? Or Diet Joe Burrow because, the hair, the bleach blonde thing, great personality, and not afraid to speak and everything. Like, I appreciate Cam Little. So I think there's a lot of great personalities on this team, and Cam Little's one of them.
Yeah, the reality is he's a heck of a weapon. I think YB400 just asked something pretty interesting. With all the vets that the Jaguars have, do they have any weak spots positionally? And, we would say the biggest battles going on, Austin, right now are running back and linebacker, but they don't have a weak spot in terms of veterans and everything. And linebacker, you got Foye Oluokun leading the charge in the room. They brought in Amir Abdul, I think, a little bit for that. And you do have Chris Rodriguez, who's been around on the running back room. So to answer, or really just more probably agree, I don't think the Jags really have too much youth in a specific position group. Now, we can question how good the group is. That's certainly okay and has been debatable. But I think they've done a very nice job of buffering the younger players with obviously some veterans, or those younger players have now played so many games. I mean, taking Anton Harrison that we've been talking a lot about and we'll hear from at the bottom of the hour. I mean, he's played 50 plus games and he's only 24 years old.
Yeah, without a doubt. When you win 13 games in a season, you would expect the turnover to be a lot less on that roster, right? And that's been the problem for the past decade. It seems like you come off of a really bad season, you kind of got to blow up the entire roster, get a bunch of young guys in, count on a bunch of guys that are maybe undrafted or late-round picks to help your team. The Jaguars aren't in that boat anymore. You've won 13 games. Sure, you lose key pieces at the running back and linebacker position, just like any team's going to lose key pieces every single year. You can't keep everybody. But, yeah, I think the general consensus is we got a lot of great veteran experience. We got a lot of guys coming back, and there will be some position battles, obviously, but it's good that they kind of have a good, solid base now and a good, solid floor in terms of veteran leadership and talent.
The one other Jags topic I want to get to, and then I want to ask you about Carson Beck a bit, but I'll forget this one if I don't get to it. And some of the tweets that Noah and Hamby and others are having coming out of the mock game that just started. One was the defense is eating up the run game. There's no room right now for the run game of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this is something that's crossed my mind a little bit. Also, we have so much emphasis for obvious reasons on the offense, an offense that, I mean, that's the identity of the team. It feels like Trevor, the receivers, you name it. But I really just feel like when I listen to Campanile talk and when I hear about you guys talking about the pass rush yesterday, how much confidence right now I think there is in the Jaguars secondary, specifically in their cornerbacks and some of the depth that they have there, it just would not stun me to see this defense, even though it was number one against the rush last year and also opportunistic on defense, to take a bigger step and actually be, I don't want to go crazy and be over dramatic and say dominant, but just even better overall than it was a year ago. And I think they showcased that a bit in practice. I think they did that last year leading into what they did in the season, especially in the early going. I just have a sneaky suspicion that this defense, and a lot of it's because I think Campanile is really good, man. Like, I think he might be the real deal. And some of their X's and O's stuff, some of the ways they're trying to mix it up, all the talk you have about the dime and getting the right guys on the field, I just feel like they could be really, really good. And I don't know if we've said that. Like, are we willing to say they could be really, really good?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely on the table. I think you take last year, Their defense, when it was really humming and playing at a very high level, it was a result of the talent they had on defense, not necessarily the scheme. The scheme got a lot more simplified after that Houston game, and that defense answered the challenge. They relied more on talent than scheme, and they had great success. The question is what happens when you combine that talent that is essentially coming back, set aside from, Lloyd and everything. So when you have that talent coming back, and you even have more talent now with Travis Hunter, right? And we'll see where Caleb Branson maybe fits in, Jalen Husky, those guys. So when you take that talent and then you combine that with a more intricate, diverse scheme, one would think if everyone's on their P's and Q's, it's going to be even more deadly, right? So, yeah, I think this defense can definitely take another step forward. And you want to talk about complementary football, if this offense can put up points and you put your opponent in a position where you have to pass and there is no room to run the football anymore, well then, yeah, now all of a sudden your defense is pinning their ears back, defensive linemen are eating and everything, and maybe we see more quarterback sack numbers, and it makes it that much easier to have success. So I absolutely think this defense can take another step forward.
Hey, Austin, when I say dominant defenses in the National Football League, who do you think about right now? Who comes to mind that you're going to pencil in that are top 5 type defenses in the league?
Seattle and Houston.
So, yeah. Anybody else?
That's a sure thing?
Yeah. Like Denver, do you feel that way, or just because passing defense is good?
No, I'll put Denver on that list. I mean, I'm selfishly going to say the Bills, but it's too unknown. Like, they got a new defensive coordinator, but I'm an extremely huge fan of what Jim Leonard does as a defensive coordinator. So okay. I think he'll have him play at a high level. But the 3 teams that I know for sure are going to be the Texans, the Seahawks, and the Broncos.
Okay. And is that Reese? Sorry, I can't see well. But Reese, I think, said L.A., the Rams. I mean, especially if Aaron Donald gets back in the mix.
On paper, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, once again, I mean, yeah. They have probably the most talented, defense possibly. I mean, if you have Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett on the same defensive line, yeah, one would assume it's going to be great. But, Donald's been out for a little bit. I assume he's been staying in shape. Like, I would put, to me, there's the elite category. There's the Houston Texans, the Seattle Seahawks, the Denver Broncos, and then right below that, right, where it's a 1B, if you will, then, yeah, go ahead and put the Rams.
Yeah, and I think also, by the way, the Patriots were very good defensively last year, so where will they be this year? They were good defenses.
But they have to get after the quarterback a little better, though.
They do. They didn't rush a passer tremendous. And I don't know if they did a whole lot in that area. I'd have to go back and look, but it doesn't feel like they made major splashes there. Maybe they did, and I'm missing it. But we'll find out as we look into week 3. But I guess my point is there are really good defenses around the National Football League, because I think you could mention them. I think Baltimore's defense will be good. They usually feel like they're good. And if you're predicting 13 wins in Vegas, that means you think they're going to be good. So I just wonder can the Jags get into that tier? I don't expect the Jaguars to be a Seattle, Houston type of defense. I don't expect it. They would hear me say that and say, watch this, but show it in the team meeting room if you would like. I just don't think they're to that level. But I do wonder if they can creep up to on the fringe of that level. And that to me would be the next step. They were 8th in the National Football League last year in points allowed, just under 20 points a game. So they were good. And we know they turned people over and they stopped the run. The next phase of that is getting after the quarterback, and obviously a little bit better against the pass to be more of a well-rounded defense and dominant.
Yeah, it's all about, we talked about it yesterday a little bit. It's all about complementary football, and we want to put a lot of pressure on the interior defensive line and Josh Hines Allen to get more quarterback sacks and everything like that. But sometimes those numbers don't tell the entire story. And I mean, I think the Buffalo Bills game, the last game of the season, was a telling sign where, there was some guys open on Buffalo that made it hard to get after the quarterback and Josh Allen. It's really wild because when you think of a defense that can't get after the quarterback or is struggling a little bit, you immediately drop to the defensive line. That's the first thing someone's going to say is, oh, our defensive line isn't getting home, right? Oh, we need better players. There's no pass rush. Okay, true. But if the ball's coming out in 2-3 seconds, doesn't matter if it's Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Josh Hines Allen, you're not going to get home, right? So that's where the secondary comes into play a little bit. So we talk about all the time. It's complementary football, and I do think the secondary takes a step forward as long as guys can stay healthy. I do think the pass rush takes a step forward as long as guys stay healthy. So if that's the case, there's no reason to say why the Jaguars can't be, at least like a top 7, maybe even a top 5 defense.
Yeah, and by the way, Austin, I think you talk about a lot of stuff that's a little maybe not talked about enough, is all the continuity in the staff. The one thing that they changed was their secondary coach. And I think some of that's more philosophical, where you can now get up and press the receivers a little bit more, don't allow so much cushion. And then now you have the players to do it and some of the depth to do it, and you feel good about putting Travis Hunter out there. I mean, boom, instant upgrade to your secondary anyway. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think there is a lot of attention on the D-line, but I think internally there was a lot of attention on the secondary, helping out that D-line to get after the quarterback some more. And we'll see if some of those changes and some of the depth that they have make a difference. Jason Hamby might check in with us here in a little bit. But before we do that, did you watch the Hall of Fame game? I'll admittedly say I watched like a few drives, not the whole thing front to back. But what I saw to Carson Beck was pretty darn good. So overreact, make him the starter, Arizona.
Yeah, man. I mean, hell, if I'm Jacoby Brissett right now and I saw that first touchdown pass with that drive, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put my helmet on, go in for a couple plays just to reassure everybody. Because I was a little surprised because usually in preseason, right, we talk about defenses having the advantage, installs still getting put in, especially for a first-year coach there in Arizona. And I was thinking, all right, well, it's going to be the Arch Manning show coming up here next year. That offense looked efficient. And I understand. You're playing against a bunch of backups and everything, so take it like you will. But I think it stood out whether it was, Haynes King doing his thing, Kenny Pickett, with his little hands did his thing, Carson Beck. Like, I thought it was a tribute to both these offensive-minded coaches got their offenses ready to play, right? Like, they were efficient. You didn't really see a lot of penalties from what I was watching. Like, it was a showcase of two teams that were well coached. I felt like that had a good flow in terms of their offense. And usually you don't really see that in the first preseason game. So it was refreshing.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing about the defenses versus the offense. The offense usually looks clunky, and this thing was wide open. I mean, it finishes up 33-30, but they were getting whatever they wanted to.
Chris Collinsworth couldn't contain himself. It was an absolute glaze fest in the booth, man. Like, wow, Carson Beck, and then we got this kid from Haynes King and Georgia Tech, a little bit of a dual threat guy. Like, he couldn't help himself. I thought he was going to have an aneurysm. Like, he couldn't contain himself of these two offenses last night. So, yeah, it was, I mean, as far as preseason football goes, I thought it was a good showing. I mean, it came down to the wire. It came down to the last play of the game where Haynes King rushed in for like a 4 or 5 yard touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, all things considered, not a bad Hall of Fame game. Didn't appreciate Adam Vinatieri kind of saying, well, thank God I played the Jacksonville Jaguars to get my confidence up a little bit, but that's another story. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame, Adam. But besides that, thought it was a good showing.
Yeah, it was a good show. By the way, the NFL, I was thinking this. The NFL's amazing when you can have the Hall of Fame game, which usually might be one of the worst preseason games, right? Usually. And it turns into a last-second buzzer beater. Even in the NFL, it's like, here we go. Must-see TV. Looks like we got Jason Hamby there checking in from the Miller Electric Center. He's all fired up about his guy, Carson Beck, having a nice performance last night, is my guess.
Oh, yeah. I was dialed in for the first half. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I can't say I watched the second half. I hit the pillow a little early last night because that would have been a stretch to have watched into the second half. All right, let me get you a couple quick notes from out here. My first one, I think, is I've been on the lookout for one personnel grouping, and everybody knows what it is. And we've seen 13 personnel one time. We're about through one quarter. So just to give everybody a layout, it's white versus teal. So it's the ones of offense versus the twos of defense, and vice versa. So it's not ones versus ones. It's always ones versus twos, no matter what side of the ball. So the ones of offense, Trevor and all of the starters, they've been in 13 personnel one single time. It was the second drive. They moved the ball down the field finally after the first one was a 3 and out and looked ugly, including a missed screen. It was the second play of the scrimmage. I was like, oh, my gosh, we've talked so much about the screen game, and here we go, second play, first opportunity in the scrimmage, and the defense blew it up, and the ball got dirted. But anyway, they moved the ball down the field, and as soon as they got into the red area, so they were on like the 40, it was like a 20-yard pass. They were at the, let's say, the 18-yard line. Immediately, they hop into 13 personnel, which is the only time we've seen it. They give us, it's a stretch zone run to Chris Rodriguez, and he takes it for probably 8 yards. It looks free and easy, no problem. And then as soon as the whistle's blown, both Workature and Kozio come off the field. Strange stays on, and then they run the next play. It ends up being like a kind of a dud of a play. Durfee actually blew it up. Probably would have had a sack, but it's one of those where they don't blow the whistle, and Trevor's just back there kind of sitting and then roaming around, and then he hits Quint Allen after 15 seconds for a final passing touchdown. So there you go.
And then Cam Little missed the extra point?
Yeah, not blocked, just straight up pulled it left. So that was interesting. I mean, I don't know much what else to say about that. I mean, yeah, he's hitting from 60 pretty regularly before practice. I know we have a video out, but it was one after another. And he comes out for the PAT, and he just kind of shanked it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Austin.
Jason, a couple questions for you. So, number one, what is the running back share looking like so far? Like, who came out as a starter with those ones? Was it Tootin, and then they kind of rotated Rodriguez in? Did Rodriguez get the start? What'd you see out there?
Yeah, Tootin and Chris have been splitting. As soon as they got to the red area, it was Chris, and he stayed in. And then LeQuint came in. So we haven't seen – it's kind of been, I would say, it's only been about 20 plays probably. I mean, only half of that's been the first team. I'd probably say it's been a 3 each, a third each, I should say. So a third from LeQuint, Chris, and Tootin.
The other question I had, I expect, kind of a game-like feel, if you will. Is there a lot of running the football, a lot of physicality from that offense?
Yeah, a little bit more passing than I would have expected to start.
Sure.
I think it's been 2-to-1 ratio of pass to run.
Okay.
I kind of expected, all right, we're just going to see like a steady diet of Tootin and Chris, then Tootin and Chris, and sprinkle LeQuint. That's not exactly what's been happening, as I've said. So we'll see if there's more run. I think they just finished the first quarter, so we'll see if there's more run now. I don't know if Trevor is done. I know I think we've moved on, but maybe he'll come back. We'll see. But yeah, it's been Mullins has looked all right, and yeah.
I was gonna go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No,
I was going to ask to follow up with that. So, granted, there hasn't been a lot of running, but just for the sake of my own ego, has Josh Hines Allen been in a 4-point stance yet?
I cannot confirm.
Okay.
Or I don't know. I need to be. I should have done a better job of looking at that.
Dude, there's a lot going on. Come on now.
Anton's been at left tackle, and Milam's been at right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Monheim has been at right guard.
Mm-hmm.
McCarry obviously working in and out with that back too, which that right side is being shuffled all around, it seems like right now. And I don't know if Anton Harrison's ever going back to right tackle again.
It's weird, man.
Not as long as Cole Van Lanen's out.
Yeah, so we're going to hear from Anton on that in just a couple of moments, by the way. Hamby, I want you to get back in there and be able to watch the practices and report back before the end of the show. Didn't you tweet out, or did somebody tweet out Parker Washington with another nice play?
He did, yeah. He had a nice play. He was lined up in the slot against Kenny H. Lovely. It was man-to-man coverage, and he ran a simple corner route, put a nice move. Created at least 3 yards of separation. Ball was right on time from Trevor. 2 steps, and then right out of bounds for probably about a 15, 18-yard gain.
All right. Have fun watching the practice. The Zach Durfee kid is really opening eyes, too, out there. The last couple of days, I feel like I hear the name Durfee all over the place.
I got one last. Oh, go ahead.
Sacks already.
Damn.
Huh? How many?
2.
In this, just this morning?
Yes.
Wow.
Is he on the left side or right side? Do we know?
It's been both, I believe.
Okay. All right. Real quick, do you remember what the first play of the game was for the offense? Like the ones.
Right up the middle.
The ones was Tootin up the middle.
It was run from Tootin for 3 yards or whatever. Then they tried the screen, incomplete. Then they tried like a mesh concept. Nobody was open, and that one got thrown out of bounds, and there was a 3-and-out punt.
All right. Ty Guy jumping in on my text as well. He's there. He said BJ Green making a bunch of plays as well, and that's been consistent now all camp. So a couple of guys really showing up. All right, Hammy, nice work. We'll check back with you before the end of the show.
All right, fellas.
All right. That is Jason Hamby out at the Mock Game, Miller Electric Center. Good reporting from Hamby. A lot to see out there. I think this is his first time going to practice. I think this was.
No, he was out there before.
Was he out there another one?
He didn't he shoot some stuff? Yeah, pretty sure he shot some stuff before. Yeah,
maybe he did. All right, let's hit a break. How about that? Brent Martineau Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. We will come back and listen to Anton Harrison. That story obviously has been a developing one all week. What did Anton have to say about it? He was a pretty popular interview subject on Thursday. We will have that. First and 10 training camp tonight, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30, by the way. So we'll put a full recap with pictures on the entire mock game for the Jaguars this morning. We'll be right back.
Attention Jacksonville drivers, we heard you loud and clear. You told us oil changes were taking too long, and we listened. That's why we're proud to introduce our brand new Nimnik Express service. We've added additional staff so you can get your oil changed without ever having to book an appointment. Just pull into our express lane and we'll take care of it. In the neighborhood, running errands, just realized you're overdue, just stop on in. No appointments, pull in, get out, get going. Nobody but Nimnik.
Does it better, plays harder, or delivers more sports than CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jax 24/7. The only local, multi-platform, round-the-clock streaming sports show in Jacksonville.
Yeah, thanks, Brent and Austin. I really appreciate you having me on.
From high school football, college game days, the AFC,
wide open, caught for a touchdown.
The NFC,
he gets there, touchdown Seattle.
The PGA,
unbelievable.
World Cup soccer,
Goal!
NASCAR,
Denny Hamlin, big time victory in Nashville.
baseball,
Fly ball deep center, Upman's going back, the ball is going long.
local Jag shows,
You can feel the energy in here. There should be energy. Jags are in the middle of a playoff race.
and of course, your official stations of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Lloyd, pick six, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
We have all the sports, the exclusive interviews,
We got the best fans in the NFL.
the biggest games, the live events to help make your business soar. So hold on and see why live sports is where you need to be. On CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jax 24/7. Get in the game.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're gonna get him on the ground, and that's gonna end the ball game.
We show no mercy.
Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown!
Duval!
ETN is gonna take it all the way.
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here.
Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com.
You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Take a look at Those are the state champs, by the way, the reigning state champs, the Rams Vikings. And we are closer and closer to high school football season. In fact, a week from tonight will be kickoff classes. Some teams are actually kicking off tonight. Don't you open up that window? And some of the different leagues and classifications. But next week, it will be everybody a go for the kickoff classics. And then 2 weeks from today, it's week 1 of the high school football season. We'll have our game of the week, of course. And then we wait a couple of weeks until we do our Friday Night Blitz extravaganza with the 5 hours of our Friday Night Zone Blitz. And that's because the 21st and the 28th, the Jaguars are also playing as well with their preseason games. So we're going to have a lot going on those Fridays. So the first big Zone Blitz will be September 4th, but we have the Friday Night Blitz and our game of the week starting 2 weeks from today. It is on. I mean, all I have to do is check my inbox and my text messages, and you know it's football season. We got a lot going on right now, trying to get ready to go for this year. Hey, Austin, one other thing, because now she's gone and done whatever. Yesterday, like, again, Steph and I have been married for 27 years. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of hotel stays and on the road a bunch. And I kind of know she's a bit of an overpacker anyway. And to be honest with you, probably so am I. I'm not crazy overpacker, but I'm probably a bit of an overpacker. Okay. And so I'm not surprised when we have more than we need on a little road trip up the road. Yesterday, I'm digging around because we use the same bag because we're here like for 3 days, 2.5 days, 2.5 days now. And I'm digging around to find something. I'm like, my goodness, how many shirts do you have in here?
Come on.
I counted. She had 14 T-shirts. 14 T-shirts.
Wow.
By the end of it, she was even dying laughing. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's a little overkill, right? So she had 14 T-shirts for 2.5 days? See, like, okay, here's...
You take the laundry and just throw it in there?
Yeah. See, here, I mean, definitely overkill, right? But also, I have two philosophies on this. Like, I feel like you can overpack if you're driving just because, like, you don't have to worry about suitcases and, like, unpacking luggage and everything. So I feel like you get away a little more overpacking if you're making a road trip. If you're in if you're taking a flight and everything and you're trying to fit it on a suitcase and you got 14 shirts and shoes and everything in one suitcase for 2 days, traveling in an airport, that's where we got to have intervention.
Yeah, that's a really. I think that's a fair call too. I think you're right. You can overpack a little bit more when you got all that space in the car. Mm-hmm. I was like, what? I started counting them.
Oh yeah. No, that's.
And by the way, she wore one yesterday. Like we wore one shirt. It was the same shirt. We had the same outfit on until 11 o'clock last night.
Yeah, sometimes you have to dress based off of mood. She didn't know what kind of mood she was going to be in, trying to build up all that furniture and stuff up. Like, do we go with a breezy, sunny, happy yellow, or are we going emo? We going welcome the the Black Parade with just a straight black shirt? Like, I see you, Steph. You didn't know what you're getting yourself into with building all this stuff.
Crazy, man. How many do you own? 14 T-shirts?
No, probably not.
You feel like a light wardrobe guy.
Oh, dude, like I drive my friends crazy. Like when I go back home to Wisconsin, like I just take a even if it's like 2 weeks, I'll just take a backpack with like 3 shirts and
that's
I mean I have to have some gym stuff, some gym shorts and stuff. But like, yeah, I'm a very light packer. I'm what you would call a minimalist. So,
all right, Chandler, what about you?
Chandler. So you're just on a cruise,
yeah,
right? And I'm not even sure how cruises work, right? Because you have a suitcase and everything.
Yep.
How long were you on the cruise for?
4 nights.
4 nights. How many shirts did you pack?
Well, we had dinner every night. You had to dress a little fancy, so probably I almost said it, but about 6 or 7 shirts probably. I mean, 4 nice dress shirts and then
that's
a couple play shirts. Walking around.
A couple play shirts. I like it.
One little nice cruisy shirt, if you will.
Like a Tommy Bahama kind of shirt?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice,
but,
man.
I usually when I'm going somewhere, I usually throw all my dirty clothes in the washer and then just throw all that into a suitcase. And
Right
just
on.
surprise me when I open it up on vacation. Like, what did I bring?
What did I bring?
It's usually how I roll.
Yeah, I like it.
That's fair. Nice and laid back, kind of like Austin there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, nothing laid back about playing left tackle or right tackle, but Anton Harrison has to be ready to do both. He's got some of the best players in the league he goes up against each and every week, and he handled that pretty well. Let's set the table before we get to Anton conversation. I know there's a lot of conversation about where he's going to play, but what are your thoughts on him overall, Austin? Because I think the Jags fan base has been somewhat polarizing at times. It's a position of polarization anyway, because when you give up a play, it's very noticeable. And then when you do the right stuff, it's not as noticeable. So that's just the way the offensive line works in general. I came out of his rookie season. I thought he did a nice job. I think overall he's been pretty good. I've been a fan of his. Let's just say that. I'm not afraid to admit it. I've been a fan of his as a young player. And obviously Liam Cohen got after him a bit last year and it looked like he answered the bell. So I think everybody knows where I stand on him. Where are you on Austin, on Anton Harrison coming into this year as one of the staples of your offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, I think you had a guy his rookie year back in 23 who exceeded a lot of expectations, even where he was drafted. And I think going into the 24 season, we're expecting maybe even like a Pro Bowl type of showing, just based off of expectations and everything. Whether it was the injury and everything that he had in 24, but didn't exceed those expectations, gets called out when Liam Cohen gets into the building then, and going into the 25 season. Going into the 25 season, gets called out a little bit, gets challenged, and by all indications, answered every one of those challenges by Liam Cohen. So he bought it in the process from the get-go. Now, do we want to sit here and say when he was drafted, should he have been at left tackle the entire time, right? Should you have moved Cam over, right? Because Anton Harrison was versed a lot more in the left tackle position than he was in the right tackle position at Oklahoma, right? So, you had a guy who I think he can do both, obviously, but underachieved 24, comes in 25, gets back to dominance, and now we're seeing a training camp where maybe they throw a little more of a challenge at him and say, hey, Cole Van Lanen's out right now. We need you to hold it down for Trevor's blind side. And by all indications, based off of what I've seen so far, I think based off of what Hamby's seen, I think he's doing his job. And I think there's a lot of excitement, enthusiasm in terms of, Trevor's blind side, even though Cole Van Lanen, that injury was huge. And obviously they missed Cole Van Lanen towards the end of the season, especially against Buffalo. I think now the thought is that's going to be Anton's spot to lose, move Cole Van Lanen to the right side.
Yeah, I think, the one thing about it is even here in Jacksonville, when you get in practice, especially against Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker, no matter what side you're playing, you're getting some work in. You're getting better in practice against two of the better ones in the National Football League with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's hear from Anton Harrison, a bunch of folks, including Olivia Tassley, in the conversation yesterday with Action Sports Jax after practice. And Anton getting a lot of attention now, as it seems like for the last week, he's taken just about every rep at left tackle.
Real comfortable. It's like riding a bike, getting back over there. That's what I did in college. So just getting back used to doing that every day. It's not really a big change, but it's just something to getting used to.
It's been a while since you rode that bike, though.
Yeah.
Did it take a couple days with the movements?
Surprisingly, no. It really is just flipping everything in your head, playbook-wise, really. Doing that, just trying to be fast off the ball, not thinking about, oh, you're not on the right side no more, you're on the left side. But other than that, just repping it, extra reps out to practice, doing things like that, just getting ready.
Do you expect to play left tackle in week 1?
I don't know. I'm just out here they're taking it day by day, coming out here. They put the depth chart on the board every morning and just go from there.
Did you ever volunteer to go to the left side?
No, it was just something that was always talked about, something they always wanted to just having us going both sides, and it's just been sticking so far, so trying to just see how that goes.
Is there, like, I know it changes some of your footwork a little bit. Is there more comfortable on either side, or is it just like ambidextrous, it doesn't matter at this point?
It's a little bit of both. Like, it don't matter, but it is different things, like different play styles, kind of different ways I set, things like that. I feel a certain way on my left side more than the right side. Little things like that in the pass game and run game. So it's definitely a little difference, but nothing like crazy.
Did you want to do it?
Definitely. That's what I played my whole career in college. I feel like that's what I can do that, and I can play left tackle, so I'm definitely not against it.
When Cole went on that PUP list, what was the conversation with you with coaches as far as plug and play on that left side?
It really wasn't no conversations at first. It didn't really come until we started practicing, really. We started to talk about it, and then they asked me what did I think about it, and I was like, let's do it. So it was just going day from there.
How valuable is this time with Ezra?
It's definitely. Me and Ezra, we don't have a lot of snaps together. Definitely not in the game. So just we overly communicating things, over-communicating, just getting a bunch of reps we can to make it just one, make it like no drop-off at all.
How important is that relationship with the guy next to you?
Oh, it's very important. You in the battle, full quarter battle. You never know what's going to happen. You always going to need that guy beside you. So it's good to have that good relationship. And it's good. All of us, all five of us, we're all one. So even me on the right side, me and Ezra got a good connection still. So being on the left is really just trying to grow that to playing next to each other.
Is there a heightened sense of pressure or urgency now knowing you're protecting Trevor's blind side?
I wouldn't say that because I don't want to lose no reps, right or left side. So me, I'm always got that same mindset, dominate, don't lose no reps, and protect Trevor at all costs, right or left side.
Did you see the clip from Will Anderson where he kind of talked about you to Myles Garrett as you're the guy that makes him work the most?
Yeah, everybody was tagging me. All my friends and stuff was sending me that. I definitely seen it.
I mean, that's got to feel good that you've got the respect to somebody like that you do match up with twice a year.
Oh, definitely. It's always a battle going against a player like that. Obviously, you see how much he got paid and things like that, how much he's worth. So that's a good player. That's a player that you circle on your calendar, you're ready to play, and you're going to have a battle.
At one point last season, you guys went on a 5-game streak of no one touching Trevor. How much did that raise the floor for you guys coming into this season?
Oh, a lot. We know as an O-line what we can do, the standard we hold, and we want to put the offense on our back. So just coming week in and week out, trying to do that, replicate that every week, not just for 5 weeks. So we know that's hard. NFL, everybody's good. Every team has players, but just having that mindset and mentality coming in each week and doing that.
Aside from the side of the ball, is this as good as you felt going into the season?
Oh, definitely. Just confident-wise, in my head, body, everything is just very confident.
Gotcha. When Liam starts talking?
I feel like just my whole season, how I treated it. Obviously, another year down, another year in the system. You're not thinking so much. You're just going down the plan, and mainly just confidence.
Did you treat your offseason any differently than you did previous years?
Yeah, just little things like focusing on little things in my game, just my hand placement, doing different things like, say, like boxing and UFC in the off season. My diet, definitely focused on my diet this off season. Tried to lose all that baby fat and just trying to get right. So.
Can we go back to the boxing for a minute? What'd you do?
So just like working on feet work and hand work, just like boxing stuff, just boxing training. I'm not no boxer, no UFCer, but
that's not the next word.
No, not at all. I definitely watch that stuff, but just practicing that stuff can always help with the little things, eye coordination, hand work, and footwork.
Fast food days over?
Try to.
You limited it.
Yeah, definitely.
When Liam starts talking about wanting to improve in the run game, I mean, how much of that, I guess, falls on the O-line's shoulders? Do you hear that and say, okay, better?
Yeah, definitely, mostly all of it. Obviously, it's all 11, but as O-line, it starts with us up front, just moving the D-line off the ball, knowing what we're supposed to be doing, no missed assignments, things like that, no pre-snap assignments. So I feel like we get that down, and we can be as dominant as we want to be.
I know every year is a critical year, but how much motivation is behind this contract year going? Does the business side of thing motivate you a little bit more?
Not really, but obviously it's there, but it's not something you want to think about every day. Just go out here and play football. Obviously, I got to get better, so I'm focused on getting better every day, not thinking about that.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
There at the end, I got him thinking about that contract, and 50-year option picked up anyway on Anton Harrison, but still could obviously find himself getting some money if things go well and things work out from a contractual standpoint, if not this year, next year. Again, very young guy and 24 years old. And I know it had to catch your attention a little bit, Austen, to hear him talking about some of the UFC, MMA training in the offseason, which a lot of guys certainly have done. Going back to Mercedes Lewis was the first guy that I remember doing that, at least hearing about it. But Anton getting in the octagon a little bit to help out his offensive line prowess.
No, for sure, man. It's all about that hand violence, right? And I think Anton plays with a little bit of an attitude, which is a compliment. And, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing a left tackle having a right tackle's mentality, and I get now that whole philosophy has changed. Like, you have to be nasty on both ways. And even Tony Baselli, when we broke it down with him, you know, it's essentially now mirrored each other in terms of what you expect from a left tackle and a right tackle. But he mentioned it, right? You're taking on Trevor Lawrence's blind side, and he's never going to tell you that. Like, you know, I mean, obviously you want to win every single rep regardless, but having your quarterback's blind side, it is a little more on your plate. You know, it really is. So, you know, I'm really curious to see how this whole thing is going to shake out, when Cole Van Lanen's going to be out, but I truly do think that it's going to be Anton Harrison's spot to lose, whether we see Cole Van Lanen tomorrow or in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's going to, I think let's say I don't want to be over dramatic. I just think it's a really big move. Like, I think it's easy to say and harder to do. Not harder to do in terms of what Anton Harrison can do, but just harder to do from a coaching standpoint. And maybe it's not that difficult because maybe you see it and you see what guys can do, and you know, hey, Anton should have been over here the whole time, like you suggested, maybe in his rookie year, right? But they see that and they say, oh, great. So, well, that means that's a great move by them to notice that. So that's why I think it's somewhat of a pivotal move, but a move that we think could potentially change the Jaguars. Maybe it's in the running game. Maybe it's their offensive line in general. Maybe it's just taking the next step. But it also has a chance of not working. Now, if it doesn't work for too long, you go back and you can pivot to the way you had it. But if it comes with some risk, I guess, at the outset, because you're upsetting where you had a guy penciled in at right tackle for the last 3 years, essentially. And you just paid a guy coming off his last 8 games in Cole Van Lanen. So if it does end up with Anton Harrison at left and Cole Van Lanen at right, I think it's not a major risk move. I just think it's a high leverage move that the Jags are doing here. And we'll see which way it goes. Again, if it doesn't work out after a few games, you could always go back. That's the good thing. But it might be it takes a little bit of guts to do it because you didn't have to. And we'll see if it really works out. And I don't know if we'll even notice that. I don't know what the upside is. Maybe the upside is you're running the ball a little bit better on the right side because Cole Van Lanen's a good run blocker on that side. Like, who knows? But I do think it's a fascinating move taking place. And I also think it's interesting that a guy like Harrison thinks it's no big deal just to bounce back over there. I know he's taken some reps over there, Austen, but when you haven't played that position now in a few years and you're doing it at the highest level, it's interesting to me, like it's riding the bike, because O'Halloran even said it. He hadn't hopped on that bike in quite some time.
No, but it's ingrained in him. And listen, I've never played offensive tackle, but I assume it's a lot like playing defensive end, where you ask any defensive end, you ask any offensive tackle, they're going to have their preferred side. Now, you're expected to do both. Like, so for instance, when I played in high school, I was primarily a left defensive end. In college, it shifted around a little bit, but I would say 80% or I would probably say like 75% of my reps came from the left side. I get to the NFL in my rookie year, it was kind of, going to a strong side or weak side, so I was all over the place. And yes, could I do both? Absolutely. But I had my preference of, like, I love being on the left side. Just from my footwork, it's what I was accustomed to. It's what I've been doing a lot longer than playing on the right side. I think the same thing can be said for Anton Harrison. I get the narrative can be that, okay, well, the past couple seasons, he's played on the right side. But I don't know his high school career, but I would assume being that big, being that talented, he probably had the quarterback's blind side in high school. He obviously alluded to this. We talk about it all the time. He played left side in college. So you take away, 2-3 seasons or whatever, where he played on the right side primarily, even though he probably got 2 seasons at the right side, even though he probably got some reps in at the left side as well. Like, I don't think it's that big a deal. Like, I think he's been a lot more ingrained with the left side, and I do think it is like riding a bike a little bit. Like, I'm sure, maybe the first couple reps, he had to get his foot, placement down and everything, but, like, it all came back to him. And once again, the proof, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Like, you watch the film on him or you watch him live at practice, he looks at home. He looks comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I like that he brought up he's trying to lose some of that baby fat, because, like, you can just tell guys are young sometimes. Like, I don't like, he joked about it, but he's a young player that's still, like, working into a big body. Yeah, and I think that's real. So you kind of wonder, okay, like, where does he go from here just physically as he gets older? And we talk about that man strength whenever that clicks, or some of that impact with the violence of the hands. I mean, I think there's more upside on him. That's my point. I mean, I think he's been good, and I think there's upside mostly because of his age. So again, big fan of Anton Harrison. I think he's a part of this thing for a long time to come, and he's going to be a really nice find at the back end of the first round, basically, for the Jacksonville Jaguars a few years back, unless something changes. But that's my prediction. Does the CVL contract guarantees the right tackle over Walker Little? Well, nothing is guaranteed with this regime, to be honest, but I would say yes, at least at face value. Yeah, I mean, you paid $17 million a year, Austin, for Cole Van Linen. I know he's hurt, but, like, he's got to play somewhere on that offensive line if you do make the move for Anton Harrison to left.
No, there's a reason why they gave him that new contract, right? Like, they think very highly of him. Now, yes, you obviously got to come back, close to 100% healthy to shore down that right tackle spot. But, yeah, I mean, to me, it's going to be when he comes back, whenever that's going to be, it'll be Cole Van Lanen's spot to lose before Walker Little, right? Like, I mean, and it's the same thing we talked about last year when Cole Van Lanen took over Walker Little's spot, right? Like, Walker Little had that spot for a while. Cole Van Lanen comes in, does his thing, and it's like, well, yeah, it was Walker's spot, but Cole's playing at a very high level, so it's going to be Cole's. Like, yeah, to me, it's going to be Cole Van Lanen's spot, because the last glimpse that we've had of Cole Van Lanen in live game reps was outstanding. Was a guy who earned his contract. So I don't think you lose your spot based off of injury. I think you lose your spot based off of what you show on film. And right now, all we have to go off of a film from Cole Van Lanen was some pretty good reps before he got hurt.
I'll take a note for that Jelani Tavai question. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Austin also wondering why New York City is the most romantic city in the United States, and Jacksonville's a top fiver. So we're going to get into that, believe it or not, on the show. But we're going to take a break. I'm going to stay on time, remarkably. And when we come back, we are going to talk a little Sporting Jacks and how you can win a car. Yeah, how about that? That's simple. Right after this on the Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Local sports content anytime and anywhere. That's been the vision of the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network as we bring you live events and exclusive interviews just like this.
I'd be lying if I'd have said in 1995 when they picked me that 30 years later I'd be sitting here.
Let's see this weigh in right now. What do we got? Oh, we got a big O. 44.48. There's the moment here.
The lead is 14, matching the largest of the game. Crawford, he did it again!
If we can't do the minimum of making it to the Final Four, then something's really not right.
And it's only growing from there. So join the thousands of people that have been tuning into the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network each week. Download the apps, save the website, or tune into any of our social media platforms as we bring you local sports anytime and anywhere. So come watch some sports with us on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Nimnicht is synonymous with Jacksonville, and now in 2026, Nimnicht is celebrating 85 years of partnerships with you. Longevity equals trust, and you want a car dealership you can trust. Thousands of vehicles sold, generations of families, all part of the Nimnicht family of dealerships. It's nobody but Nimnicht, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnicht Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road.
Congratulations to Jordan Matthews, our committed to the uncommitted player of the year.
Nobody but Nimnicht. They are there for you and your causes, your car buying experience, and they are there for you 24 hours a day at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. Experience professional grade with big inventory and even bigger savings. And Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified dealership. Nobody but Nimnicht for 85 years. This milestone belongs to you, Jacksonville. It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent Austin Show.
Hello, back to school shopping at Walmart this week with Sporting Jax, the men's and women's teams, along with the Sporting Jax Foundation taking part. And we're that time, by the way. School is starting up on Monday. Enjoy the weekend, kids and parents and teachers. Back to school is here. Everybody, welcome back to the Brent Austin Show on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. And say hello to Pat Waters. He is the President and Chief Revenue Officer, I think I have that right, of Sporting Jax. And he joins us right now because a lot of fun stuff happening with Sporting Jax, including a car giveaway coming up next Saturday at Hodges Stadium on the 15th. as the Sporting Jacks team hits the pitch. Pat, how you doing? And well, I should say welcome, because first time we've had you on the show. And I know you're somewhat new to Jacksonville now. It's been 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks for having us. And I loved the clip you just showed. I was there over at Walmart yesterday watching our players interact with the kids, and it just that's what makes this job fun, right? Every day. So thank you very much for sharing that, and appreciate being on your show.
Yeah, you bet. I mean, that's what's this soccer foundation, in not just for Sporting Jacks, but the foundation of soccer in Jacksonville is so rich. I mean, our high school soccer is really strong. The programs that we have in soccer, obviously, really strong, and the volume of kids that participate. So you guys have a great base to do a lot of these community events with, and then obviously ultimately try to get them to Hodges Stadium and watch some professional soccer, and maybe with the dream of playing for the team someday.
Yeah, and don't forget, win a car on the 15th, as you mentioned, right?
Yeah, that's a little bit of that's a different promotion. What's a 2-year lease that Sporting Jacks is going to pay for? Honda Accord you're giving away. How's it work?
Yeah, so anybody that comes out to our game on the 15th, it's any scanned ticket. We're going to have a random drawing at halftime, and somebody's going to walk away with a brand new Honda Accord. Compliments the Sporting Jacks, but right alongside our partner with Honda the Avenues. So we're really excited about this promotion. We're really trying to think outside the box and create a fun environment, and get the locals out to support the teams.
Well, that's the nice part about this, right? It's, in a way, it's kind of like no different than maybe the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, I always say, where you're trying to have some fun with promotions, get people out there, make it a fun family atmosphere, and also obviously watch a good product. They are too. But I think the brainstorming table can be kind of fun at some of these meetings, is my guess.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we have some really, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We got some exciting promotions coming. The whole marketing team and PR team, warned me, don't let all the cats out of the bag on this show, but I'll talk as much as I can about it. So I've been prepped for this. But yeah, but we're ready to roll.
So just a reminder on the free car giveaway next week. I mean, it sounds like just ticket, scan, and boom, you're in the running for it. And then do you know when you're going to do that? It'll be after the game. That
no, we're gonna pick somebody at halftime.
At halftime, okay.
Yep, and we're gonna it'll be a random drawing. We're gonna load all the scans in. Just be there by halftime, and you're included. We really want you there for the start of the match, but we're gonna dump everything into a random.org and pick one lucky winner.
All right. We'll get some other stuff going on, including always, by the way, $1 hot dog and $1 beer at the pitch. That seems a pretty cheap dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, just like you mentioned, I've been here 3 months, not 4. So we've been putting together, our collective heads on how to make this, encourage people to come out and have a great experience. And, everybody's so conscientious of a night out because, Jumbo Shrimp do a great job, as you mentioned. So in my mind, it was like, what can we offer to make this an affordable night? Just give us a chance to show you a great experience. And the team came up with the dollar dog, dollar beer night. And we tried it at one match, I should say, and then we ran with it the rest of the way. So pretty exciting stuff. And yeah, it's all about creating experience for our fans.
Yeah, the setup over there at Hodges Stadium is fantastic, by the way. If you haven't been to a match, you got a chance to go check it out. Obviously, what we're talking about is next Saturday and chance to win a car too. But how is this going? I mean, the rollover seasons were about ready to get back to the women, and the women performed very well in their inaugural season, obviously, into the spring and early summer. But overall, what have you walked into? How do you feel about everything that's going on and off the pitch, if you will?
Yeah, so we walked in here, and the foundation was laid. I think this is the inaugural season for both, and the league, there was a vote on having the sprinter season to get the seasons matched up. So the women are back, quite frankly, sooner than they expected, and we're reloaded, and looks like we're actually going to be a better team than we were last year. and more talent. I mean, people will be gunning for us. When you go to the semifinals in your first season, you definitely have a bullseye on you coming back the next year. But Stacy, who was Coach of the Year, as we know, in our first season, she's ready to roll this year. So it's really, for me, it's about creating awareness with the team. That's the one challenge that I walked in here, and I have a lot of transplanted friends in Jacksonville, and the first thing I did was reach out to them, invite them to a match, and a lot of people didn't really know. Like, I'll tell you, I was 1 for 7 on my calls of people that even knew we had a men's and women's professional team. And, it was great the way Jacksonville got behind the women's team when we went to the semifinals. We did a blitz, really a ground and pound, come out and find us. It fell on Memorial Day weekend, which is always a challenge with, traveling, but we did a great job. Our fans did a great job of coming out and supporting us.
Yeah, that's it's interesting to say that. We live in that world where we know. It's like, how could you not know Sporting Jax is here or playing, right? But I mean, we know we're living in that world. But it is we live in that bubble sometimes too. We're like, what do you mean you haven't heard about this? I've said it 50 million times already. But that's just the way it is. You got to keep reminding them.
It's creating awareness, and like I said, getting out in the community. Like events we did yesterday, we had a table set up for tickets. I think we had 30 or 40 tickets scanned in an hour that people are going to be coming out, some the very first time to a match. So it's all going in the right direction. I mean, and we can't thank you guys enough for the support and helping create that awareness in the community. So we're just it's our job, to get out there and turn over every rock and let people know what a special, experience this is, coming out and enjoying a match.
Yeah, good quality soccer, by the way. New membership packages rolling out here this month as well. You can check out sportingjax.com for that. I mentioned the free car giveaway, that Honda Accord. All you have to do is get a ticket and be at the game next Saturday night at 7:00. And then the following week, there's going to be another big event announcement with Sporting Jax. We don't want to give too much away there, but it is happening in a couple of weeks. So it looks like back-to-back fun week. That's at the women's opener, by the way, on the 22nd of August. And nicely enough, the Jags play on Friday night, so you can go watch the Jags on Friday night and then go Saturday to Sporting Jax and be a part of another fun evening.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I have to keep that one under wraps a little bit, as you've been queued up on, but we're exciting. We have, what I am allowed to say is we have our mascot reveal. I was told that we were able to put that out there. So it's really cool. And like I said, we're going to have, both of these matches are, celebrating back to school. I know there's probably some tears from the kids hearing that, but I'm sure they're tears of joy, right? But we'll have our outside at our fan zone. We're going to have face painting, and we have some, temporary tattoos, Sporting Jax tattoos that we'll put on kids. And don't worry, Mom and Dad, they come off very easily. But we're excited about, getting this back to school promotion going, getting some of our younger fans along with their parents out there for a match. And really, like I said, it's all about showing them a great experience.
That's why I'm in a hotel room right now, taking my kid back to school up in Georgia. So you're right. Tears of joy and sadness at times. But one last one for you, since I have you, Pat Waters, President, Sporting Jax. Can you give us any kind in the background of all this, playing soccer, the events, the promotion, the awareness, is the stadium? And can you any idea where that is that you can share with our viewers and listeners? And we've heard about it. We know it's a little bit down the road anyway, right. But is it still full steam ahead despite obviously some of the expected back and forth that goes into something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like Christmas. It's coming, right? And we are full steam ahead on the plans. And like I said, we have a great Mike McNaughton, who's head of development for us, is, a seasoned guy. And, I do get my updates from him. We've presented to a couple, companies, sponsors, for down the road. And it's full steam ahead right now. We're the back and forth is now about us going through and just filling out approval processes, making sure that, all the studies and engineering is going the right direction. And most importantly, we're getting doing everything the right way for the city of Jacksonville and, the residents of Jacksonville. Because like I said, it's a big project, and we're super excited. It's going to be a game changer for the teams, but it's going to be a great thing for, Jacksonville, and it's going to be quite an experience.
Yeah, the idea of that right in the town center area, but for now, just down the road from that, the Sporting Jax is playing in Hodges Stadium on the campus of the University of North Florida. Good setup. Check it out next Saturday, and then the following week for the women. But next Saturday, you can win a car if you grab a ticket. Simply as that. So go watch some soccer and go home with a car and a Honda Accord. That would be pretty cool. Pat Waters, great to catch up with you. Good luck in the next couple of weeks. We'll talk soon.
Really appreciate it. Good luck with the move-in for your son.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. That's Pat Waters, president of Sporting Jax, chief revenue officer as well. Again, Sporting Jax back home Saturday night at Hodges Stadium. Free car. That's good promotion right there. In the baseball ones, Austin, they used to give away some of like the free clunkers. That's not a clunker. That's a Honda Accord and a 2-year lease. Let's go.
Hopefully it's an automatic and not a stick shift.
Nobody. Hey, go ahead and ask Chandler if he knows how to drive a stick shift.
I don't.
He does not.
I've tried to.
Yeah?
Just gave
You've
up.
tried?
Just in like the backyard.
Wait, hold on. When you say just in the backyard, like a back parking lot, or
No, like back in my yard.
In the country?
Behind my house.
Where do you live?
We got a couple acres.
Oh, you got a couple acres? Okay, so you just kind of like, you have like a dirt road or something, or are you driving the grass?
It was grass.
What kind of car was it?
I can't even tell you. It was so long ago.
Yeah. It's a little tricky, man. But once you get the hang of it, dude, it's fun. Well, I'm going to be honest, in Jacksonville, it wouldn't be that fun with traffic. Like, it would be kind of a nuisance. But if you want to talk about like driving on the country roads and everything, man, it's a blast. I mean, I grew up doing that, man. It was a good time.
I did too. I mean, I grew up, my first car I learned how to drive on a stick shift. Yeah, my dad taught me that, and I'm glad he did. Mm-hmm. And because then you're right. Once you know it, it's fun to drive it.
Of course.
Now and by the way, maybe I think we've talked about this before. Every car should have a stick shift, so then people would drive and text and do those things on the phone less.
Yeah,
something to do with their other hand.
Sure. Yeah. Are you listening to yourself?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I was kind of brought it up for that reason.
Okay. Gotcha.
Meanwhile, instead we've got Teslas and everything where you don't drive it all. Now you have both hands available.
Yeah, man. Yep. Set it and forget it. I'm really curious. I mean, obviously we'll say like 20, 30 years from now, if cars will be self-driving for the whole time. But like, I don't know if I could let myself just like take my hands off the wheel and just chill. Like, I don't know, man. Like, because some people people want to take a nap and everything. Like, dude, I'd be nervous.
I mean, it's pretty awesome.
You done it?
It really is. Yeah.
So
I did it 2 days ago.
Okay,
so 5 hours.
So you've been behind the wheel, and it drove itself.
Yep.
And you just take your hands off it.
Yep. It'll pull right into a parking spot.
Okay, but do you get like nervous though, where it's like, man, this feels like it's going too fast, or like there's a car in front of me, it's not slowing down? Like, did you ever get nervous in that experience?
Yeah, so when was it? I came back Monday.
Okay.
On I-10 coming from Pensacola back to Jax.
Are you in a Tesla? What kind of car are you in?
I'm in a Tesla, yeah.
Okay.
I'm in a Tesla. And there's some traffic ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm watching. The car's driving.
Yeah.
Slam on brakes. I did get a little scared.
Okay.
So I took over and I was like,
okay, see?
So, yeah, but there's plenty of times where like it's safer than you driving.
Probably, man.
I really believe that.
Okay, and honestly, like I probably believe that as well, right? Because I mean, I'm sure the stats will show like if you go into self-driving mode, I'm sure the accidents are like rare, right?
Yeah.
The percentage. But there's something about like being in control of your own vehicle that like I have to have.
Yeah.
Like I can't just leave it up to Elon Musk of all people, because he did such a good job with Twitter, and just say, hey, Elon, I'm going to put my life and my trust in your hands and your company. Jesus, take the wheel. Like I simply cannot do it. So I don't know. Maybe talk to me in 20 years and see how I feel about it. But where I stand right now, man, I got to have my hand on the wheel. Like, if I'm going to go out, it's going to be by my own accord, not due to a computer.
You gotta try it out.
I feel you.
You gotta try it out at least.
Dude, I'll try it out for like a minute.
It's
crazy. But then the hands, I can imagine. People sleep with that.
Yeah, I've actually
you
accidentally fell asleep.
That's crazy.
You have?
Or not? Yeah.
I don't know if you should be saying that.
I probably shouldn't, but I did.
Yeah. Love the honesty,
though.
man.
Wasn't long.
Love the honesty. Yeah, just a quick 10-minute power nap.
Yeah, that's it.
Recharge.
I was still going.
Yeah, cars need to be recharged. The human body's got to be recharged, man. I like that. What? It's statute of limitations. It was like a couple days ago. It's fine.
Statute of limitations. He hasn't been alive long enough for statute of limitations.
Probably not. Mm-mm.
Haven't.
Man, he is honest. I guess a lot of people fall asleep in the car. At least somebody's driving it.
Total accident, though. It wasn't on purpose.
It's all right, man. You're in a safe space. No one's listening.
I still can't believe, it is hard to fathom it because I haven't seen it. Tanika had a Tesla at one time a few years back, and she took me for a ride in it because I'd never been.
Okay.
In one. And I was like, dang, this is kind of cool. It is cool. So, but that was the only time I've ever been one.
Okay.
So I don't really, but what I can't understand completely is what you said at the early part of this conversation, Chandler, is that it'll pull right into the parking spot for you. Like, you don't have to do anything. So you're just like, you're driving off the road, you're going to Buc-ee's, and it takes the right for you. It takes the other right into the parking lot, then finds a parking spot.
Yep. Pull right in between two cars.
Wow.
It's pretty scary. I don't like doing it. I usually just take over to park.
Well, yeah, because, hey, if you, hit a car and your insurance is going to be like, well, sorry, it was the computer. It was my fault. Charge them. That's not how it works.
Yeah, that I can't wrap my head around that because I haven't seen it in action. So, that one's very hard. I get it. I understand, computers and AI and all this other stuff can do a lot of things. That I just can't. It just stuns me.
It usually backs in rather than pulls in.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it usually just backs in.
Going off now.
I guess.
I mean,
there is different modes. So there's when you're self-driving, on the wheel, there's a little wheel thing, how you can turn up your music or whatever. It's like that on the right side, and you can change mode. So there's a sloth mode where it goes the speed limit. There's standard that goes about 5 over. There's hurry that goes about 7 or 8 over, and then there's Mad Max that goes about 10 to 12.
I like that. I like that Mad Max.
Yeah. Mad
Fury
Max.
Road, baby.
Yeah.
Playing some drums on the speakers the whole time too, really get you involved into it. So real quick, Chandler, is this your car or what that baseball NIL deal hit at that state championship? Whose car is this?
It's my car. It's nothing with NIL.
Okay,
far from it.
You just got a Tesla?
Yeah.
Good on you. Okay.
Yeah, the smaller Teslas aren't that expensive though, right?
No, it's really not
expensive.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Do you have a home charger as well? Obviously, you don't have to go to a gas station and charge it every time. Okay.
Yeah, so I have it's actually there's something new. There's a Tesla app. You don't have a key or anything. It's all on Bluetooth, all on your phone. Get in the car, it's on.
One last question with the Teslas, because obviously you're part of the younger generation. How are you embraced by your friends? You get made fun of it all?
Of course.
Did that Tesla come with a purse? All that. Okay, so
of course.
that's still a thing.
Yeah. And then I show my app. I'm like, this is how it tells you how much money you've saved in gas equivalent.
Yeah, but no one cares about that. Okay, so you're still getting made fun of a little bit though.
Oh,
right.
Always.
Kids still got it, man.
Always.
I still have faith in the youth. All right.
And I just take it.
They're still there. Hey, man. Each their own.
Well, you just got to take it. I mean, you're not the biggest of guys. You probably shouldn't be getting in a fight every week. How much have you saved in gas? And is there a light in that room? Why are you and Hamby always so dark?
We have 3 lights on, actually. I'm not sure why.
Sounds like a Brent Martineau's got to fix the lighting problem to me.
I got to pay the bills, I guess.
Yeah, start investing. I know, man.
All right, let's see. The last 12 months, I've saved $1,010.
Okay.
Gas equivalent.
Golly.
Now, how is that
Can you
electric
imagine
bill?
how much I'd save?
Now, how's that electric bill?
I've spent $655.
On the electric?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it shows that.
It shows that, yeah.
I'm bad at math, so I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, me too. I'm just reading.
Well, that's $350 net right there. That's pretty good.
Sure.
But the trick is having a charger at your house, because if you go to a supercharger every single day, it's going to be equivalent to just buying gas.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, that's expensive, right? Because you don't want to sit there all day to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you theoretically, I'm trying to think how this would work. Like find like like an office building and hook that charger up so you're not actually paying for electricity. You know, could you like poach the electricity from someplace else?
Technically, you can. Do
All right,
that,
let's go and
You can
talk
do
about
that.
that off there. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you can do that.
I like that. Let's go and talk about that off there.
Hey, before we get to another topic here, and then back to the Jags mock game, which is about wrapping up, and Hamby's going to check in with us in a bit. We've now mentioned Tesla for 10 minutes, Honda Accord for a few. Let me tell you to go to New Buick GMC and get an express oil change without an appointment. How about that? Just show up at the dealership off Phillips Highway. BuickGMC.com or right off Phillips Highway, and get that oil changed. And in and out, maybe grab a sandwich or coffee, and then you're done. Forget about that appointment 7 or 8 days down the road, or 6 or 7 days down the road. And now you can just pull up to the dealership, express oil change, and be done with it and on your way for the next few months. NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick Buick GMC right off Phillips Highway. If you're shopping for a car this weekend, go make a visit. The most romantic city in the United States is New York City.
Correct.
And Jacksonville is in the top 5. Who makes
I'll pull
these
up
polls?
the top 5.
So yeah, pull up the top 5, Chandler, my man. So New York Post put out an article about the top 5 most romantic cities in the United States. Maybe they're a little biased and everything, but number 1 from the New York Post was New York. And honestly, when I think of New York, like you think of the Big Apple, you think of the city that never sleeps. You don't necessarily think of like romanticism per se, but there's a lot of things to do. Like there is a lot of avenues to take, someone for a first date or whatever, or like an anniversary to have some fun. So I'm not mad at New York City whatsoever being number 1. I actually kind of agree with that. Nashville number 2 can go ahead and kick rocks because if we're talking about number 1, bachelorette parties, I mean, okay, that gets romantic for like a second until the group of girls had one too many daiquiris, and then it's like, oh my God, Jessica, let's go. No, I'm all set with that, man. And then you like that, Ronan, huh? Ronan liked that one, and I was dead on.
Ronan's in the house.
Yeah, Ronan's in the house, so he's hanging out with me. And then and also too with Nashville, it's like it's just country music, man. Like.
That's
honestly,
pretty romantic. Come on.
I would say in terms of romanticism, I think country music on the depth chart is like 4 or 5, and that's consensus.
Really?
R&B, dude, come on.
R&B, yeah.
R&B, soul.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
love country songs.
Give me a good country love song. Like honestly. She took my car, she took my dog.
Neon Moon. Neon Moon.
Neon Moon is not a romantic song though. Dude's waiting for his girl to come to the bar and she ain't showing up. So all he has left is the Neon Moon on the bar sign. Boom! Didn't think I knew Brooks and Dunn, did you, Chandler? But here I go.
That's a good pull.
It's a fantastic pull, ain't it?
That was impressive.
You better believe it.
This is scripted.
Dude, no, it ain't scripted. Dude threw Neon Moon at me and boom! In a split second in the chamber, and I shot it down.
How did you do that? Do you have Siri talking to AI? Is that how you got that so
Bren,
quick?
I know lyrics, man. I know old school country, right? Right? And yeah, so a Neon Moon is the opposite of a love song. It's a depressing song about sitting in the bar by yourself, missing the one that never came back. And you're loving the Neon Moon of the sign. So, Chandler, that was a nice try. I'm going to introduce you to some Luther Vandross and Babyface, and then you can talk to me about love songs or not. So, okay, let's keep it going. Austin... they say keep Austin weird. I've been there a couple times. I really love Austin as a city. Romantic, sure, because you kind of got the Nashville vibe a little bit, but it's a little more of like an eclectic music scene as opposed to just country music. So I am down with Austin. Chicago, sure, but I feel like in the wintertime, there ain't a lot to love about it. And then bring up the rear. Against all odds. In the same vein of the Chicagos and the New York Cities and the Nashvilles, you have Jacksonville, Florida, as the most romantic city.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know either. Because were you taking the date for the first time?
No, let's stop. You don't have to say I don't know because you don't want to hurt Jacksonville's feelings. It's a no. Like Jacksonville's not a top. I mean, we can't get a 13-4 team with everyone coming back to be better than 16th in the power rankings, but we can get Jacksonville as a top 5 romantic city? Who's
Where are we
doing
going?
this?
Where are we going? See, like this to me is where like the Ponte Vedra upside down pineapple crowd comes into play a little bit. Right? Ronan, you know what that is. That's that's down the line, my dude. He's staring at me like, what?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's chilling. But like I feel like that's where it comes in a little bit, because when I think of like romanticism, like what are we doing in Jacksonville? Like, are we going to the friendship fountain? Like on a first date?
Go to the beach?
I mean,
sure, but like other states have, like everyone's got beaches though around us, you know, like what? And if we want to be honest, and I get Panama City ain't necessarily like a romantic city, but they got better. I mean, and I like Jacksonville Beach. Don't get it twisted. But in terms of like white sand beaches and everything, you have to go across the state of Florida to get that. That's more romantic to me.
Sarasota, Destin.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I don't know what comes to mind on romantic cities, but I would have said like even Savannah feels like it might have more
without
of that.
a doubt. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't get the list is the list. I don't know what a romantic city even means. New York City is number one basically because of New Year's Eve. Yeah,
Sure.
I think that's what everybody feels and thinks because they see everybody kissing on New Year's Eve.
Well,
right?
yeah, but also I think like, you know, you have Broadway if you want to go on a date. I mean, there's a million date things you can do in New York City.
Yeah. You got the
What
rooftops
are we
and the
doing in
views
Jacksonville
and-
for a date?
Top
Hey,
golf.
babe, do you want to go see a orange dinosaur? Cool.
Go to town center.
I guess you go to Jaguars games. I don't know. Go to the town center.
I got San Marco and Riverside and the beach and Neptune Beach and Jax Beach and Ponte Vedra Beach and St. Augustine.
Coming out with me at my house at Neptune. Yeah. Let me really
St.
knock
Augustine's
your
a
socks
good
off.
one.
Yeah, but St.
You
Augustine
could have
and
dialed in
Jacksonville.
St. Augustine.
See, I think St. Augustine's up there. I agree. Restaurants and everything for
Yeah.
sure. All right, man. I mean, we'll take it, but you don't feel good about it. I
That
feel
was
like.
wild.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Real quick, too, speaking of not feeling good about reading the room, can we play the Tommy McLennan audio quick?
Yeah, let's see how long it takes Chandler to get that. He might.
Chandler,
need a
I'm
minute,
really
but,
putting you on the spot here, but I can go and set up a little bit real quick.
No, you're good. I got it.
So, you know, Purdue, when you think of Purdue, you don't necessarily think of, like, storied sports programs. You know, I did some research. I think their women's golf team won back in, like, the 2010s. So, like,
oh, wow.
They had that
Basketball's
going.
been good lately.
Yeah, they haven't won it, though, you know?
Yeah, true.
Came close with Zach Edey, but, yeah, just missed it by that much. So, you know, Purdue's AD, you know, the head honcho, let's just say, Tommy McLennan, at his introductory press conference, to really assert yourself of the Purdue brand, you're taking over, you're getting people excited. Let's see what he had to say to get people's attention. In 3, 2.
Every recruit, every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Because, and here's the thing. I understand that in collegiate sports, it's more than just football. But is it really? You know, like, football is what makes the money. Football is what gets the eyes. So you immediately think of Indiana football when that quote was said. And to sit there and say, if you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana. What has Purdue won? Did I miss something in rowing, maybe? Like, congrats, I guess? But you mean to tell me that Kirk Sagnetti isn't going to watch that soundbite, play that in front of his team, and all of a sudden when it's Purdue, Indiana's going to come out there and win by 60, and then the press conference after the game is going to be like, well, guess we're going to be coming here to Indiana. You know, like, you already know the story. So, like, why would Tommy McLennan even say that, man?
Let me back up for one thing about this. And when I saw this come out, I was like, you know what hits awful is when an AD starts talking trash.
Yeah.
Like, you can't talk trash as an AD because you're not good at it. Like, you can do it if you're Signetti or a coach or whatever. You lived in that, you know, that world. not an AD. Like, you're up there with the suit and tie on, and don't try to. It falls on deaf ears, I think. Anyway, it doesn't really hit. And by the way, now everybody goes back to whatever you say for the next however 5, 10, 15 years because it's on record. I mean, it's different for a coach and an AD, in my opinion.
Chandler, real quick, can you play the audio one more time? Because I actually want to share something. I found out some research here in terms of championships. Can you play the audio one more time?
Every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
Okay, so real quick, Indiana, 2025-26 football national championships. Men's basketball, 1940, 53, 76, 81, 87. Men's soccer, 82, 83, 88, 98, 99, 2003, 2004, 2012. Men's swimming, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, and 73. Purdue's national championships in anything. Women's basketball, 1999. Men's golf, 1961. Women's golf, 2010.
Hey, congrats.
That's it.
That's it?
That's it. 3 national championships ever in the history of Purdue. Basketball one time, golf one time, women's golf one time. Maybe you should have said go to IUPU or something like that. Don't call it Indiana when they have 25 plus national championships and you have this many.
That's amazing. That's all they have, actually. That's stunning. They've won a lot of engineering lab contests probably, but
I'm sure. Yeah.
By the way, 56-3 last year, Indiana beat Purdue.
Oh, cool.
56-3.
Dude, if I'm the Purdue coach, I'm literally stopping the guy after he walks off the balcony or the press room. Just like, hey, dude, can you just shut up, please? Like, I'm fighting for my life here already, and I don't need you rounding up Kirk Signetti.
I mean, I'd have to look it up. I don't even know when they've even come close in football to having like a 10-win season. I just don't remember Purdue. This goes way back now, and I got my college roommate, huge Indiana fan, so I know Purdue's been bad for a long, long time. They flipped it in basketball. Now he's done a nice job in basketball, but to your point, hasn't won it. Whoa. So yeah, that is crazy. We mentioned, by the way.
And also, if I'm the president, I might be the first time ever I'm firing a guy after his introductory press conference. I'd be like, hey man, you know what? We're gonna go a different direction. Like, we appreciate your time, effort, and energy here at Purdue, but we're gonna take this another direction. There's no way.
By the way, this guy plays right into my soapbox space lately, where this is higher education, folks. This is what's running college sports. This is what happens. This is why college sports is the way it is. Presidents, ADs, coaches sound like that.
Yeah. Man, you better hope Drew Brees is going to come over there and save you all, because right now you ain't looking too good. That's all I'm going to say.
He's good. Drew Brees and Cliff Averill, right?
He was great. Did you watch him last night, Drew Brees, during the HOF Game?
Because I was at a dinner. I was eating, and I didn't hear anything.
I'm kind of surprised he doesn't already do like a color commentary thing or something. Like he
did though I think it was with NBC. He has done some. I don't know if it's more recent, but he definitely did some over the last couple of years. On that thought, I couldn't hear much. I heard one comment only from Mike Tomlin, but I heard he got rave reviews. What do you think of Mike Tomlin?
Oh, I didn't watch Mike Tomlin. Are you talking about for like the half? What was that?
Yeah, you'd been on halftime, pregame, postgame, I guess.
I ain't watching that. Brent, it's a halftime of a preseason. Come on, man.
Well, I know. I'm just you referenced some of the other stuff. I didn't know if you watched it.
No, but I did watch the Chris Johnson tribute, which was really cool.
That was cool. Yeah. Good stuff there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think Tomlin's fascinating to me in that role because he just they said he did a nice job. Again, I didn't watch it enough to know to have a good opinion. I just think it's fascinating because the no nonsense nature he was on the sideline. But Bill Cowher was the same way, and you wouldn't have said, "Oh, this guy's going to be good on TV." And I think he's done a pretty nice job on TV over the years.
True.
So I guess Tomlin can roll right into that. The other thing, Austin, is I'm just surprised Tomlin maybe wants to be a part of it. Why not just take a year off? He's been going at this thing. These guys will not take time off, but especially the money they're getting thrown at, it's hard to turn it down.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, man. I mean, it's hard, right, when they're talking millions and millions of dollars, you just can't be like, yeah, it's kind of out of principle, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, earlier in the show, we brought you Anton Harrison sounds from camp each and every day. In fact, we might even get back out to camp in just a moment to hear from Jason Hamby. And we want to keep you safe and sound at home, or at least Metro Foundation Solutions does. MetroFoundationFL.com. Get a free estimate, 904-468-0454. Foundation Repair, Crawl Space, Gutter Solutions, serving Northeast and Central Florida. Metro Foundation Solutions. MetroFoundationFL.com. Let's do this. Let's hit a break, and we come back and try to get Hamby on, hopefully to give us a recap of what happened at the mock game. He already checked in one time, and we will get you on your way for the weekend, and hopefully it's a good one, because when we come back on Monday, it's a game week in Jacksonville. The New Orleans Saints on the horizon. There's a look at the Mech. It looks like things are wrapped up. And a long day today out there, though, 8:30 to 11:30. And things got started. The mock game started about 10 o'clock. Hopefully you'll get a thought or two from Hamby and put a bow on the week. Of course, we'll put a bow on all the Jaguars coverage each and every day on 1st and 10 training camp. Don't forget to watch that tonight, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
Attention Jacksonville drivers, we heard you loud and clear. You told us oil changes were taking too long, and we listened. That's why we're proud to introduce our brand new Nimnik Express service. We've added additional staff so you can get your oil change without ever having to book an appointment. Just pull into our express lane and we'll take care of it. In the neighborhood, running errands, just realized you're overdue, just stop on in. No appointments, pull in, get out, get going. Nobody but Nimnik.
Does it better, plays harder, or delivers more sports than CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jags 24/7. The only local, multi-platform, round-the-clock streaming sports show in Jacksonville.
Yeah, thanks, Brent and Austen. I really appreciate you having me on.
From high school football, college game days, the AFC,
wide open, caught for a touchdown.
The NFC,
he gets there, touchdown Seattle.
The PGA,
unbelievable.
World Cup soccer, NASCAR,
Denny Hamlin, big time victory in Nashville.
Baseball,
fly ball deep center, up it's going back, the ball is going long.
Local Jag shows.
You can feel the energy in here. There should be energy. Jags are in the middle of a playoff race.
And of course, your official stations of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Lloyd, pick six, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
We have all the sports, the exclusive interviews.
We got the best fans in the NFL.
The biggest games, the live events to help make your business soar. So hold on and see why live sports is where you need to be. On CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jags 24/7. Get in the game.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3, don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We show no mercy.
Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown!
Duval!
A.J.
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com.
You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Hey, take a look at Daniel Griffiths' latest writings on actionsportsjacks.com. He's back. He wrote about Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence, our interviews with those guys just in the last week. And by the end of the weekend, we'll have some content up on Brenton Strange and also on the Jags pass rush. And I think this is cool because it goes back to what Hamby and Austin were talking about yesterday and some of the sack predictions. Trayvon Walker, he definitely was slowed by the injuries. And again, people don't like to use excuses for guys when it's not an excuse, it's a reality. I mean, and the numbers showcase it too. He was playing through some stuff. He played through a knee, played through the wrist, and toughed it out, but it also meant he couldn't play at the highest of levels that he wanted to. Meanwhile, Josh Hines-Allen's numbers outside of the sacks that don't wow you, everything else really wows you. And then the interior of the defensive line, we know there could be some upgrade there. So Jags are going to try to focus on that. And by the way, BJ Green, players don't forget about him because he's a guy having a great camp so far, and maybe he takes a next step in this Anthony Campanile defense, along with the Trayvons and the Josh Hines-Allen and everyone else. Welcome back, everybody. Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. We also have Jason Hamby, who is going to check in and report from the end of the mock game and practice, long practice out there today. He came on earlier in the show and was telling us a little bit about the run game, a little heavy personnel as well. Another nice play by Parker Washington. And I will say this, guys, I got this from, our scout. You have Ronan in the studio and also in the chat. I got Ty Guy in the bleachers checking out practices. He says, touchdown. I'm sure you can fill in the blank of who caught it. That would mean another $1 million for Parker Washington in the eyes of Ty. So I think that was on the goal line, Hamby, that one happened about 45 minutes ago now.
Yeah, that one was especially interesting, Austin, because we've talked a lot about, they ran 13 personnel at the goal line. It was at the 2. And debated all offseason, well, who's going to be that lone wide receiver out there with those 3 tight ends? Well, for this particular play, it was Parker Washington. We had him outside, and everybody else was punched up close together, and they just ran a simple slant. There you go, Parker, touchdown. And so they, and we know that's going to be a part of their game. They got to throw that wrinkle in and show that even when they're bunched up and huge personnel, they can throw it as well. So that was fun to see. Yeah, Parker Washington go ahead and tack on at least another 7 figures to that contract.
What else did you see since the last checked in? Anything that got your attention?
Yeah, I thought it was just an okay day for the quarterbacks. Obviously led by Trevor Lawrence. There was a couple of miscues, misfires that I'm sure will get ironed out. It kind of reminded me of the conversation we had just yesterday of, hey, maybe it takes just a little bit for him to get on the same page with all of the receivers because, well, when you have one big receiver and he's obviously focused on BT and Parker, the connection with Parker is on lock right now, 100% on lock. But with the other 3, not yet. And obviously that's blowing up this one practice out of proportion. Obviously he's had an unbelievable resume already with Jacoby Myers, but things just a little bit off target. It kind of could be one of those landmarks ideas where he's thrown to a spot and they're not quite there. So just a couple of those things today. Other than that, the run game didn't really improve a whole lot. It seemed like they did it a little bit more after I got off with y'all the first time. It wasn't horrible, and it's really hard to tell in these scrimmages as a reminder, just because it's pretty much first touch is down. As soon as they're touched by the first defender, the whistle is blown. So you're still not really able to see how much they can break tackles, get small, bounce off would-be tacklers, all those things. As I look at Mia O'Brien talking to Bashal Tootin right now. So that'll be good, and you can watch that on the YouTube page in a couple of hours. But yeah, the run game never really improved. I did talk to Nate Borkacher just a minute ago. I'm excited for y'all to hear that one, because I asked him to go in depth with me about split zone, and well, Austin, he said his nickname at A&M was split zone, and that pretty much his favorite thing, because he just gets to go out there and try to run through somebody. So with a combination of him and Britton, I think they're really excited about what they can achieve in that package and on that play. We did see that once today, and it was successful, even though it was for a couple of yards at the goal line. So, but yeah, I think it'll be interesting for y'all to hear Borkacher, because he's really excited that he gets to play fast and free. These guys are getting bogged down and hitting over the head with the playbook all the time. You get the sense that, hey, when they hear split zone in the huddle, all right, forget everything. I got one job to do, and it's to run through this dude. And that's something he really believes he can do at a high clip.
You love to hear it, man.
Austin, I think I don't want to raise alarm, but I feel Tuesday's practice for the offense wasn't great. I haven't been out there the last couple of days, but just hearing something, it felt like a little clunky even at times yesterday and today. They had the off day Wednesday.
Okay.
I would suggest that I can't imagine Cohen's super happy this week with the offense then, because usually you get a nice bounce back after a subpar practice. And I don't know if they really got the full bounce back, maybe a player or two here or there. And again, I don't know if it's alarming. It's just that by now, I think you would either like to have the ebb and flow, bad practice, okay, back to a good one, but also some just like really good ones. And I think you got to go back almost to Thursday and Friday of last week to find the really good practice sessions on offense.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it seems like the defense has the advantage right now. I'm really curious to see once we get a different team appear, whether it's joint practice or maybe in the preseason game, if it does look a little different. One would assume that in terms of schematics, Liam Cohen's putting a lot more on these guys' plates now. They're trying to add a couple more wrinkles and everything, so maybe there's a little bit of an adjustment period to that. I'm not going to panic quite yet, obviously, but you do want to start to see him maybe be a little more physical in the run game if what you've been reading and everything is the defense has had their way in that run game. Hopefully that can turn around a little bit, because that's going to be their moniker. That's what they want to be. They want to be a physical, established running team, and I feel like if they can't be that, then their offense might take a step back.
Yeah, be interesting. Again, some of that could be the defense really playing well too. So in Jacksonville, that could be a good thing. But we'll see. Still got a couple more sessions. Tomorrow's like a walkthrough for the Jags, then back at it Sunday, and then of course hitting the road on Wednesday to practice against the Saints on Thursday. That's kind of the next big milestone. Jags are off on Monday when we get back. Look forward to hearing that Borkacher interview and Bashal Tootin as well. So like Hamby said, we'll have them on the YouTube channel, Action Sports Jax. Subscribe and like it like Ronan does each and every day. So you can too.
Yeah, go ahead and Liam Cohen that like button, right? Show all your friends and everything that, hey, man, we're not considered in the top 10 right now in terms of streams and everything. Let's go ahead and bump those numbers up a little bit, man. Let's go ahead and Liam Cohen that like button. Appreciate you. Do what now?
I like it. Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. Contractually, any surprises?
Yes, I'm surprised that Jahmyr Gibbs is making more money than Bijan Robinson is.
Why?
Simply because I think Bijan Robinson's had a lot more of a workload. He's shown that he can be in every single down back. He hasn't had to rely on sometimes splitting carries and everything, and you know exactly what you're getting with him. I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs has ever had like the full amount of workload. So I think one contract is predicated off of the resume, and the other contract is predicated off some resume, but hope that he can turn into an every down back. When I'm paying top dollar for a position and I'm making him the number one paid, guy in that position group, to me, it's about more of what you exactly know, what you're getting. I don't think you exactly know what you're getting right now with Jahmyr Gibbs.
What I wonder about when I see these kind of contracts, and obviously these guys are really good and they're dynamic, is when do you get stuck with them a little bit, or where will it not allow you to do some other things because you have to take care of one of your most dynamic players is in the running back spot. That's it. It's fascinating to me because like the Jags aren't in that. Take a team like the Rams, they're not in that way. Seattle let Kenneth Walker go. So who's investing in the running back versus who's not? Obviously, Philly had to do it with Saquon Barkley. It helped him to a Super Bowl and then paid him $20 million. So that's kind of the dynamic that's interesting to me. You really got to get a lot out of that position if you're going to pay that kind of high dollar.
Without a doubt. But I just go back to what I just said. If I'm going to pay somebody making the highest paid player at that position, right? Like when it was Josh Hines Allen, he was like the top 3 or whatever. Well, he came off with 17.5 sacks. Like we knew what it was. When it's Bijan Robinson, well, when the dude, has the receiving yards, the rushing yards, and obviously the workload, the attempts to back it up, I get it. I just think that I'm not going to pay somebody and make him the highest paid player based off of, intrigue and hope. I need to know a guarantee. Not to say Gibbs can't be the best running back in football because he's right up there. But like I said, the biggest caveat with that right now is can his frame and the way that he's built handle entire season full workload, or are you going to try to justify bringing Isaiah Pacheco in to spell him a little bit, even though he's the highest paid running back now in the NFL? I don't know.
Hey, Duval23 asked us, so before the end of the show, I want to get this in. Any thoughts or how much do you know about Jelani Tavai? They made a move. Jags made a move for him yesterday, an acquisition. He's a player that's been around the league for a bit. I think Detroit and New England specifically. Does it do anything for you? Or, I mean, honestly, it didn't do a whole lot for me. I just know he's a veteran guy. But some people were pretty excited about the move for the Jags in their linebacking room. Like, I don't know if I meet that excitement level, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's more of a depth kind of thing. I mean, maybe he wants to push for the floor and secure a roster spot. But like when it got announced, like I wasn't, I didn't really feel a certain type of way about it.
Yeah, me either. But we'll see how much it factors in. Again, like, what is somewhat interesting is they have a couple of young guys in that role, and then they're going to a veteran right now. Does that mean something specific toward a special teams, or they just want, if they need to plug and play, if they get that far down the depth chart, they'd rather have somebody with that kind of experience? A lot of teams in those kind of instances will take a run at a younger guy, see what kind of potential there is. Instead, you got more of a known commodity here. Along those lines, do you think Gladstone's going to make some kind of splashy move before the start of the season still? Any feel for that? Or you think
define
they're pretty much
splashy
kind of
move?
set? Well, I guess a Vita Vea would be a very splashy move.
Okay, I don't know if you meant contracts or just like trade for somebody.
Yeah, I think contractually we're all watching the Parker one, so I think that's pretty obvious.
Okay.
But I don't know, just like right now it doesn't seem like they need to. Injuries could force this kind of topic to be different. So I don't feel like Vita Vea's move is coming. Like I don't feel like anything like that. That would probably be the move. Unless you wanted to get some more linebacker help because you don't like what you're doing with Ventrell or Combs, or if you wanted to make another running back room move just to substantiate that. I just don't feel like any like that is coming, but you never put it by Gladstone because it feels like he's always cooking something up.
No, you never put it by Gladstone, but I think if you're asking me before the season starts, will they make a trade and bring an impact player? I do not see that.
Yeah. Well, we'd have to probably see a significant injury, and knock on wood, hopefully we don't. We are 10 days into this thing, and so far so good overall on the Jaguars injury front. All right, man. You guys go have a good weekend.
Will do, man.
We'll see you back at it on Monday. All right, Ronan. We missed you in the
Last time
chat
we're going to
today,
see you,
Ronan.
man. School's in session starting Monday, dude.
Oh, yeah. Good luck at school.
Well, how's this work?
What are we at? Sixth grade? Is this sixth grade? Fifth
Sixth grade. Football tryouts start Wednesday? Yeah, we got football tryouts Wednesday through Friday. So yeah, we'll see what's up.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Look at those guns. Showing them off.
Show them off, Ron. Show them what you got, man. Show them some of that Riz. Where you at? Oh, okay. Oh. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him and take him to Nashville. Watch out for that neon moon.
We need Ronan on the show like an appearance every day. I got a feeling. Hey, Chandler, be safe driving. Oh, wait, you're not going to. Let the Tesla do it for you.
Hit him with the deuces over.
Have a good one, everybody.
Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school